Hello and welcome to the CINCILINGUA membership program. Today we'll be talking about everyday situations and focusing on hotels, staying in a hotel. I'm sure many of you have had that experience. So let's look at some vocabulary for that right away. So here we have our CINCILINGUA workbook on everyday situations, and we're talking about hotels. Um, we'll start with the general vocabulary. First, we have the word elevator. An example, my room is on the 46th floor. I am unable to walk up all the stairs, so I will take the elevator. Elevator. And the coffee shop. The coffee shop at the hotel offers hot beverages, cold soft drinks, and snacks. It is open 24 hours a day. Do you like to visit coffee shops and sit in them and drink your coffee or tea and relax? I enjoy that. And when I stay in a hotel, I spend a lot of time in the coffee shops. Hopefully it's open 24 hours a day if you're awake at night. And I think you all probably know what that is. At a hotel, they have room service. So we have the example, oh no, all the restaurants are closed. I will order room service. The waiter will bring my food to my room. Do you prefer to go to the hotel restaurant or a restaurant nearby, or do you prefer to stay in your room and order room service? If I can, I would rather go out and eat in a restaurant. But of course, if it's late and the restaurants are closed, then I have to order room service. We also have some other common words. A studio versus a suite. He doesn't need a lot of space. He prefers to stay in a one-room studio. When he travels with his wife and 3 children, he prefers to stay in a suite. A suite might have a main room and maybe 2 bedrooms or 3, maybe a kitchenette. It's very nice to stay in a suite, especially if you have a family. Notice the pronunciation sweet. It sounds like candy is sweet, but it's spelled differently. Here's an important set of terms: check in and check out. We arrived at 3 p.m. yesterday and checked into the hotel. So when you arrive at the hotel, you check in or check into the hotel. And when you leave, you check out. We will check out at 11:30 a.m. Thursday. Hotels usually have a certain checkout time. If you stay past that checkout time, you have to pay for another night at the hotel. I think they're usually about 11 a.m. or in the morning. Perhaps you have experience with that. Below, we will practice some vocabulary, sentences, dialogues with checking in and checking out. Most hotels offer amenities to their guests. These are nice extras, amenities. Examples of amenities are swimming pools, jacuzzis, fitness rooms, and business centers. When you arrange to stay at a hotel, do you ask someone about the amenities? What amenities does your hotel offer? What amenities does your hotel offer? It's always nice if you can stay at a hotel that offers several amenities. Complimentary. An example here of something complimentary is that you do not have to pay to use the towels at the fitness center. They are complimentary. They are free. Your hotel room will have complimentary soap and shampoo. Maybe they will have soft drinks that are complimentary. You want to be sure that you don't have to pay for them. And if you go to the fitness center, one of the amenities we mentioned before, you can use towels for free. So they are called complimentary. Valet parking. Valet parking. Instead of using the public parking, Mr. Scott used the valet parking service. He tipped the driver $5 to safely park and return his expensive car. Notice the pronunciation of valet. We don't pronounce the final T. It's valet, like the French original. There are other words in English like this that come from French where we don't pronounce the final T. Buffet, ballet are a couple of examples. It's the same with valet. Valet parking can be expensive though, but you may have no choice at a hotel. And it might be convenient to have someone else park your car and bring it back to you when you need it. Here's another French word we use in English, concierge. Concierge. If you have a question during your time at the hotel, you can ask the concierge. He works behind the front desk. If the hotel is very nice, it will have a concierge who's usually very pleasant, very friendly to deal with, and very helpful. You might ask the concierge for directions to some place near the hotel. In your hotel room, the phone might have a message light. For example, her husband called while she was in class. He left a message on the voicemail. Now the message light on the phone is flashing. So the flashing light lets you know if you have a message. And to get around, to travel to places near the hotel, there might be a shuttle service, or especially a shuttle service from the airport uh, to your hotel. That's very important. The shuttle service from the Cincinnati International Airport leaves every 20 minutes. It will take you directly to the front door of the hotel. So with the shuttle or shuttle service, you don't have to wait while the little van or bus makes many stops. It goes directly from point A to point B, and we call that a shuttle or shuttle service. Incidentals. These are extras, little extra things that you do have to pay for. They're not complimentary. Before you check out of the hotel, you have to pay for incidentals such as laundry service, parking, and movies, in addition to the room charge. So if you're watching your money, if you're being careful with your money, you want to be careful about how many incidentals you use, because when you go to check out from the hotel or check out of the hotel, you may have a big bill if you used a lot of incidentals, little extra things like movies, parking, etc. Reservations. The travel agent recommends that you make reservations at the hotel. It is very popular at this time of the year. It might be a good idea to make a reservation before you go to a hotel to be sure you can get a room, that they have a room available. Here we have a conversation, a typical conversation that takes place when you arrive at the hotel. This conversation is between the front desk clerk and Mr. Wilkins. So the front desk clerk says, "Good evening. Welcome to the Tropical Breeze Hotel. How can I help you?" Mr. Wilkins: "Hello, my name is Peter Wilkins. I have a reservation. I would like to check in." "Yes, Mr. Wilkins. You will be staying in room 2345. John will take your bags to your room for you while we begin the paperwork." "Thank you. Please be careful with the blue suitcase, John. My Walkman is in that one." "I need to scan your credit card, Mr. Wilkins. Will you use Visa or MasterCard?" "Actually, I want to use my corporate American Express card." "It's fine. I will scan your credit card number now and charge you when you leave. The room charge and all incidentals will be on the invoice the day that you check out. We will slide the invoice under your door at 7 a.m., okay?" "Yes, that's perfect. I would like to change my checkout date and time, though. Can I do that right now?" "Of course. When would you like to check out?" "I will check out on Friday instead of Thursday, and I would like to have a late checkout. May I check out at 4 p.m. instead of the normal checkout time?" "Well, Our normal checkout time is noon, but I will change your checkout time to 4 p.m. Do you have any other questions, Mr. Wilkins? Yes. What amenities does the hotel offer? We have an Olympic-sized swimming pool and a state-of-the-art fitness center. A sauna, jacuzzi, and masseuse are on call. We have a continental breakfast every morning and cleaning service every day. You can walk to the theaters, the beach, shopping centers, and museums from here, or you can take the shuttle. If you rent a car, we have valet parking. The coffee shop is open all night, or you can call room service. There is a menu in each room. Please call the front desk if you want to use the laundry service or if you have any other questions. Mr. Wilkins, thank you very much for your help. Which way to my room? So this was a typical conversation when you check into a hotel. There may be expressions and vocabulary that are new for you. Some things have changed in recent years. Instead of filling out the paperwork, I'm sure things are entered into a computer more directly. But you get the general idea of what to say when you check into a hotel. Maybe you have experience with this. Now, we can talk about checking into a hotel. And imagine that you're going to make a reservation at a hotel. What things do you want when you make a reservation at a hotel? We could say, what things do you look for in a hotel? What do you think every hotel should offer to their guests? For example, do you think it's important for a hotel to have a business center with computers, or do most people bring their own computers nowadays? There might be a few that rely on the business center. It's very convenient if you don't carry your computer with you to have a business center in the hotel. And many people want a fitness room. Is that something you expect when you make a reservation at a hotel, that they have a fitness room? Those things, remember, are called amenities, the little extras that the hotel offers. Have you ever had a problem at a hotel with your noisy neighbors? How should you inform the front desk if your neighbors are too noisy? You can call the front desk and say, my neighbors are making too much noise. Again, my neighbors are making too much noise. Is there something you can do? Do you know who to call to get clean towels in your hotel room? Do you enjoy staying in a hotel? Many people do. I like it to get away, be in a different environment, and it's very nice to stay in a hotel for a time. After a while, I miss my own home. What about you? What's your preference? How do you order from room service? Um, you will be able to do that by picking up the phone and it will probably be automatically dialed, or there's a certain number the hotel will give you. And then you would say, "This is Mr. Smith in room 2345. And I would like to order room service." It's very nice. This picture looks like a hotel in Miami because of the palm trees and the Art Deco architecture of the hotel. Do you prefer a hotel that's very modern in style or an old-fashioned hotel? Um, Kind of a vintage hotel, old-fashioned? One thing I enjoy in a hotel is I don't have to do everything for myself. Room, not room service, but the staff, the maid service comes in the morning to make the bed and to clean. I like that I don't have to clean everything myself. So, has your experience with hotels been positive or negative generally? Is it something you look forward to when you travel, that you anticipate with pleasant thoughts? It will be nice to stay in a hotel. The hotel might offer laundry service. They will wash your clothes for you, perhaps. Of course, you would have to pay for that. And dry cleaning. Dry cleaning is for clothes that you don't put in the washing machine that are too nice to, or made of a material that you can't put in a washing machine. I spilled coffee on my silk shirt. I will need to take it to the dry cleaner. To press or to iron. He fell asleep in his clothes. Now they are wrinkled and need to be pressed or need to be ironed. If you don't pack your clothes correctly in the suitcase, they will be wrinkled when you take them out. If you have an important meeting, interview, conference, that won't look nice. You don't want to wear wrinkled clothes, so you need to press them or iron them with an iron. The verb is to iron, and the noun for the device is to iron. At home, do you iron your own clothes, or does someone else iron them for you? If you take them to the dry cleaner, they will be ironed when you get them back, when you pick them up. Here we have another typical conversation, this time between Miss Addison and the concierge at the hotel. Miss Addison says, "Excuse me, does this hotel offer laundry service?" The concierge says, "Yes, miss, we do. There are laundry rooms on each floor and a dry cleaning service." How long does it take to get your clothes back from the dry cleaning service? It only takes 24 hours. The last time I used a hotel's dry cleaning service, some of my clothes were missing. Another time, a shirt was damaged and my skirt had a spot on it. I promise that you will not experience that again. Will you deliver my clothes to my room when they are clean? Certainly, miss. Now, there are a couple things in this dialogue to talk about. He refers to the woman as miss. Often we say ma'am. It can be difficult to know what is more appropriate, what's expected when we speak to a woman. To be polite, we say miss or ma'am. And what does it mean when Miss Addison says, some of my clothes were missing? Some of my clothes were missing. That means they were lost. She didn't receive these clothes back, and no one knew where they were. No one knew what happened to her clothes. So she was missing a few items, or the clothes were missing. Do you trust the laundry service in a hotel when you go? Miss Addison had a bad experience in the past. They lost some of her clothes, or they were missing. What services do you use in a hotel when you go? What other amenities or incidentals would you expect from a hotel when you go? And does that make a difference when you decide where to stay? So it would be very interesting to recall your experiences staying in a hotel. And did you have any problem communicating in English with the desk clerk or the concierge? What expressions are helpful when you check into a hotel, including idiomatic expressions like check in and check out? You want to prepare when you're going to stay in a hotel in the United States. It would be good to think about, what do I need to say? And perhaps learn these expressions, these dialogues from this lesson, and think about being ready when you're going to check into a hotel. So I hope this has been helpful. It was a pleasure to be with you, and I hope you have a good day, and I'll see you again. Thank you.